Peace, everybody. This is Thomas Amal with another week of high drama, high suspense, storytelling, action, whatever you want, surprises, fight scenes, killing, running, chasing, all of the above. And what we're going to do is get right into it. This is Think, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. It starts right off with Jack telling Kate that Steve Navarro is actually a bad guy. He's up to no good. He basically told her everything that was going on. And so Steve calls Adrian, the bad guy, but he doesn't know it's Adrian from my understanding because he has the voice box on. They set up a time and place to meet. Adrian tells Chloe, everything. He tells Chloe everything and the plan that he has and to go into other countries' systems and basically open it up for military welfare. It can be seen from anybody. So now everybody's basically on level ground. So I can see what you have. You can see what I have. So the chase starts back up again. Jack sees Steve and he's on him. Gunfire, boom, 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 back and forth, hitting through alleys, all of this. Steve makes the drop. He gets to the point where the spot where he was supposed to make the drop of the device. He puts it in. He gets his information, all of the stuff that was left for him. But there was no car. And then on the other side, you see Adrian come walking by, picking up the device. Him and Chloe start walking away. Okay? Jack and the Popo come, or the police. They come by. They see Steve. They apprehend him. And then Jack takes off running. He recognizes, the area that Steve was standing in. And he's looking down, and he sees Adrian walking with the bag. So now it's another chase. Even though Adrian and Chloe don't realize they're being chased. But Jack has got to fight through the people because everybody's getting on this train. They're going to an underground train system in Chicago. It's called the L. But they're going down and they get on it. And Adrian sees Jack running, booking on the side of the train. He's trying to get Chloe's attention. Chloe's looking the opposite way. So they take off. Next thing you know, Adrian and Chloe exit the train, before it even gets to the next stop. So that was clearly planned. They go from there. The president is informed of everything. He knows about the device being stolen. He knows about Steve's plan and the role that Steve played in it. Kate is then told that Steve was up to no good. Steve is the one who set up her husband. Steve is the one who was selling information, they thought, to the Chinese and all of this kind of stuff. And making her husband the fall guy. So, of course, she loses it. Starts crying. Gets a little hysterical and all of that, which rightfully so. And now they have to move on. It's just that simple because Jack is like, look, we have to start do something about this. Well, Jack takes over the interrogation, and he's going back and forth with Agent Ritter, who's next in line, so he has to be in charge of the command since Steve is under custody. And Jack tells him, look, let me take over this, blah, blah, blah. So Ritter starts telling him about protocol, and he better do this and do that. And Jack makes it very clear. He was like, I wasn't asking. I was just being courteous, and walks away. Jack is a fool. Jack is a bad man. He lets it be known. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to take care of it. What? It's just that simple. So, Kate's husband, see, we didn't know. I don't recall it ever being said, but Kate tells Jack that 1 month after being sentenced for life, her husband hung himself. So all of this time, Kate was thinking that she was the problem. She was the one who missed out on seeing her husband up to no good. Then she puts two and two together that she realizes that once her husband notices that she doesn't even believe him, it's no need to live any longer, so he kills himself. Jack begins interrogating Steve. Steve turns around and says, I want 100% immunity. I want it signed by the president. I can help you find Adrian. Blah, blah, blah. So Jack is like, look, you're going to do something, and you're going to tell me the information right now. So Steve keeps acting all cocky and stuff like that. You can't do nothing to me, blah, blah, blah. Agent Ritter is not going to risk his career over you, blah, blah, blah. So Jack his hand is on the table. So Jack grabs his hand. The other Steve puts his hand on top. Jack started beating it with his gun. Dude, he basically broke his hand. And then they all come in, chase him, get him out. They hold her from running in there. They let the president know about the immunity thing and all of that kind of stuff. You know, so then they switch to a scene where Mark and Audrey, they end up talking, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, they start arguing because he's basically saying that you changed just because of Jack being here, blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. So what does Mark do? He picks up the phone and calls the Russians. He's so pissed off and mad at Jack and jealous of Jack. He calls the Russians and says, I don't have Jack for you, but what I can do is I can give you information on where he is. Really? Punk. So what he does is he gives him the information. You know, Chloe, of course, makes a crazy attempt to try and run with the daggone device. That didn't work. Adrian gets her butt back in the car. Next thing you know, Kate breaks into the medic room, packing, threatening everybody, took all of the officers' gun, made them sit down, blah, blah, blah. She slaps Steve upside the head with it. She starts playing the I'm going berserk role on you, crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm going to shoot you. You know, you made me do this. You made my husband kill himself. Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Jack comes in, and he's like, put the gun down. I'm going to have to shoot you, blah, 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 blah. She pulls the gun from under his head, under his throat, then puts it to his head and basically cocks it and was like, I'm about to unload on you. I don't care about you, Jack. Next thing you know, Steve starts singing like a damn canary. Man, dude, I thought you was special forces. He starts giving all kind of, come to find out this man put a tracker on the device. He starts giving all of the codes out. Next thing you know, Jack is like, did you get that? It was a setup. So Steve was like, God, to be more careful. It's a dead deal now. Nothing he can do, right? So that was it. Adrian and Chloe arrived to the place where, you know, the new spot where all of the people are holding, and they're waiting for Adrian to get there with the new device so they can start doing whatever they're going to do. Well, they walk in, boom, everybody's dead. What? Everybody is dead. Who is it? It's the Chinese. Really? And it's Chen. If anybody remembers a while ago, years ago, Chen is the one who was working for his government. He went rogue. Okay? He went bad. His government got pissed off at him. He, in turn, captured Jack and tortured him for over a year. So he's up to no good. He shoots Adrian in the leg because they recognize that the device had been tampered with and changed. So now he wants Adrian to change it. Adrian doesn't know how to change it, but he knows Chloe knows how to do it. So he unloaded in Adrian's leg. Chloe is like, don't shoot him. I'll do it. So what does she do? Another feeble attempt, I should say, for Chloe, is she's trying to put a disease or a virus in the machine or into the device. And one of Chen's guys knows it. And the whole thing was they just needed her to open up this particular wall so they could get in. They just couldn't get in. So they used her to do that. And they knew. They had another laptop sitting there that was mirroring her screen. So the guy was sitting there watching everything she was doing. So they got through all of that. Meanwhile, Jack and Kate is making their way to the location because they're following the tracker. Out of nowhere, this giant truck hits them. They get out. They boom, boom, boom. They firing with the people. Who is it? It's the daggone Russians. Now, mind you, Mark has been trying to call the Russian cat to stop it because now he knows that Jack is involved in the mission to help get the device back. So now he's trying to backtrack. Too late, bruh. So what happens, and I'm closing with this, the Chinese, they turn around, they initiate a letter, send it to a United States submarine, tells them to send 2 nuclear torpedoes to a Chinese ship that was out there, sent it off, crashed, boom, direct hit, torpedoes fired, boom, you sunk my battleship. That's exactly what happened. 2 more shows remaining. Thomas Amal, 24. Live another day, bruh. This is one of the best shows out. Only 2 more episodes left. I can't wait to see how this ends. It's a lot of things coming your way. Keep in touch. Hope I gave you all of the information you need just in case you weren't able to see it. hit the link below. Contact me. Let me know what you think. Peace.